For many people in finance, the idea of attending a conference conjures up images of technical panels, regulatory updates, and industry-specific networking. FinCon is something very different, and that's exactly why it continues to grow. FinCon sits at the intersection of money and media. It is not designed primarily for people who want to become better analysts or advisors in the traditional sense. Instead, it attracts those who are trying to answer a different question. How do you turn financial knowledge into an audience and ultimately into a business? That distinction matters because it immediately narrows who will truly benefit from being there. The conference tends to draw a wide range of creators, bloggers, YouTubers, podcasters, and social media personalities who are all focused on building platforms around personal finance, investing, and financial independence. Some arrive with established audiences and sponsorship deals. Others are still experimenting with their first pieces of content. What unites them is not their level of experience, but their intent to publish, grow, and monetize. Interestingly, some of the people who gain the most from FinCon are not yet creators at all. They are professionals or enthusiasts who have been thinking about starting a channel, a blog, or a podcast, but haven't taken the first step. Being immersed in an environment where content creation is not theoretical but operational, where people openly discuss what works, what fails, and how they generate income, has a way of accelerating that transition from idea to execution. Financial professionals represent another group for whom FinCon can be particularly valuable, though for reasons that differ from traditional industry conferences. Advisors, coaches, and counselors are increasingly recognizing that expertise alone is no longer sufficient to attract clients. Visibility, trust, and consistent communication have become just as important. FinCon offers a window into how those elements are being built at scale, often by individuals without institutional backing. At the same time, the event is not universally relevant. Those looking for deep technical instruction on investing strategies or regulatory frameworks may find the content misaligned with their expectations. The emphasis is not on theory, but on distribution. How ideas travel, how audiences form, and how attention is converted into opportunity. What often surprises first-time attendees is that the formal sessions, while useful, are not the primary source of value. The real benefit emerges in conversations between creators comparing monetization strategies, between professionals exploring partnerships, and between newcomers realizing that the barrier to entry is lower than they assumed. There is a certain recalibration that happens when you see how many individuals are quietly building meaningful income streams through content without traditional credentials or platforms. That realization tends to be the turning point. For some, it reinforces a path they are already on. For others, it introduces a possibility they had not fully considered. The simplest way to think about FinCon is this. It is not a conference for people who consume financial content. It is a conference for people who want to create it, and more importantly, to build something from it. And for that specific group, it can be less of an event and more of an inflection point.